In today's video, I'm going to give you an easy tutorial on how to use your mirrorless camera or any camera when it comes to recording video. And if that sounds interesting to you, I'm Dave from TVR Creators and I make weekly content on the best cameras for creators or people that just want the next camera. If that sounds interesting to you, don't forget to like and subscribe and let's crack on with the video. So before we get started then, I would recommend you charge the battery, which is actually something I forgot to do on my DJI Pocket 3 today, but hopefully it doesn't run out. But I highly recommend a nice little tripod like this. This only costs about 30 or 40 pounds or dollars. It gets one that looks semi-professional. I will leave a link to this in the description for something that's half decent, but it doesn't matter, you can get a nice cheap one as well. But just bear in mind, if you've got a more expensive camera, I would recommend something a bit more heavy duty, but the point I'm making is you don't have to spend the earth. So I always say a tripod is a creator's best friend, because it really is. And we're just going to crack on with the value then, and let's see how it goes. So I just want to show you how easy it can be to record your video. So if we just set up the tripod at a nice little height, and I always recommend a tripod that goes about your head height or maybe slightly higher. Let's just see how it goes. Brilliant, there we go. We'll just leave it there for now. Take off the mount at the top. Usually has a little screw piece. I'll just leave that a second. The camera I'm going to use today then, hit like if you're getting value, and why not smash the hype if you want to push this value video even further. So I'm using a R50 today, which is a fantastic mirrorless camera. Highly recommend it for photography or video, to be fair. And now its younger brothers came out, the R50V. It means you'll save £200 or dollars if you buy this camera. Link to this will be in the description. So always take off the lens cap. I'd always recommend that. The kit lens that comes with this is 18-45, which isn't bad for a starter lens. I might recommend maybe a 40mm down the road for a slightly more wide angle shot down the road. And you usually just hit the, set up the lens like that. And what's really nice about this, it has a nice touch flip screen, easy to use menus, very intuitive. Easy record button, which is literally where your finger is, which is really handy if you can see that. And I just think it's a really nice little powerhouse, nice settings, recommend. Just put it into video mode and off you go. I'm just gonna put the lens cap back on just for a second, just while I set it up on the tripod. So the first thing I would recommend, now let's just assume that you've got your video ready, you've done your script or your bullet points, or maybe just winging it like I am today. And that's something I would, I'm just assuming you've got all that ready. So this is literally just making it easy. So you might think, oh, what about lighting? What about sound? So half of video is audio and half of it is light, really. So you can do this with your camera or whatever. I would recommend getting a nice little floodlight like I've got today, or maybe a couple of lights, or if you've got some nice lights, just bear in mind that house lights will leave like shadows if you don't want that. They're saying that I've got some, no, it's not too bad today. I'm gonna take off the lens cap. And if you're outside, just bear in mind where the sun is. So if you have the sun in front of you, obviously your face will go all dark or more shadows will appear. So you want the sun at sort of one side or the other, or yeah, basically one side or the other. It just gives a nice sort of natural light, and the camera lens will pick it up nicely, especially if you've got a half decent camera. I'm just going to, there we go, look, I'm just working out where this is. So I'm just going to bring us down just a tad, if it will go down. There we go. So here it is, the camera. And I would always recommend having the camera sort of head height or maybe slightly higher. I always think it looks slightly more professional, though today I do actually have the lens slightly lower than me, just because. But I would recommend sort of eye level, have the lens eye level. And also, if you can, this goes with your phone or your camera, make sure you have a microphone jack. So another good thing about the R50, it does have a microphone jack, which means you can connect a microphone to the camera. Now today, if you're interested, I'm using a DJI Pocket 3, which is a fantastic video camera, really good for blogging or just, and what I love about it is, look at this, look. The little gimbal, so it follows me around. My director Rosie over there looks on. But the microphone I'm using actually is the Mic 2, which is just a wireless microphone that connects automatically with DJI. And put in the comments below what you think of the audio. But the microphone I'm using for this particular setup with the R50, I would recommend either a wireless microphone, either a Mic 2 with its connector, or whichever one that you fancy. But I'm using a Rode microphone. There you go. This is the Rode. This is actually the Rode 1. You can actually get the Mark II of this now, which is even better, and just produces more audio and stuff like that. So I would highly recommend putting it in like so. Screw it to the top of the camera. Let's see, the light's blinding me, so just bear with me, and I haven't used this camera for a while. There is the mic jack. Now on these mirrorless cameras, they usually have like little caps on. I'm always worried about breaking them. But just stick the microphone into the cap, and there you go. You can see it. Let's just lift you up a bit so you can see it. So there it is, the camera. And as you can see, it's a nice little setup with the mirrorless camera. We've got the light coming from the floodlight. I've got a bit of a shadow here. You could fill that in with a nice little extra light. There you go. I've got a nice little extra light on my face. You could sort of set it up like that. That gives a nice little, not an overpowering light. That's mainly coming from the floodlight, but just having a mini light on the side just fills in that shadow. So, you know, stuff to think about when you're filming. Sorry, I'm talking about 50 miles an hour. There's lots I want to talk about. But what's really cool about these mirrorless cameras is they have their little touch screens, and from there you can just tap around, and you tend to just tap on your face, and the camera will sort of follow you around, which is really nice for these sort of cameras. And just some things to bear in mind is the lighting, the sound. And what's really good about these shotgun microphones, I find as long as you're no further than a meter away, they produce some really nice audio, as good if not better than what I'm doing at the moment. And I was using that with my M50, and I'm tempted to go back to it because I absolutely love the Rode microphone. I just like mixing it up a bit. And a little power tip, always have a spare battery, have an extreme SD card at 64 gig or higher. I would also flip the screen towards you, or you know, which if you're behind the camera or in front of the camera, before you plug in the microphone, otherwise you might damage the microphone, because I have almost done that a few times over the years. Use a viewfinder if you will. And what's really cool actually, on the R50V, it even has headphones, so you can actually listen to your sound in sort of real time. Though you do have little speakers on these cameras, but you can't always hear if you're filming outside. So that's something you want to bear in mind, but that does cost more. And just bear in mind if it's too windy, and don't worry about other people, and just go enjoy it. If you like to support everything we do here on the channel and learn about cameras like the GoPro, the Canon R50 and so much more, check out any of the videos at TVR Creators, and also links to that camera will be in the video description, so go and check them out, click on that and we will get a small commission, and all this will help the channel. If that sounds interesting, you don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the video. And one little ad actually, if you would like to support the channel, I do a weekly or monthly blog on Buy Me a Coffee. You can buy us a coffee, it supports everything we do here on the channel. All the money, I should say, goes towards the next camera, so I can give you the best videos. Plus I like to share some tips and tutorials of what's going on and make cameras more easier for you. So if that sounds good, go and check it out, link to all that in the description, and links to everything I'm talking about today. I will find the best version of it for you. Leave a link in the description and go and check them out after this video. So yeah, so if you have any questions about cameras or filming, please put in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them. This is literally what this video is about, just giving you a sort of a basic tutorial and just showing you it doesn't have to be complex. You know, if you've got a decent camera, you just point it towards you, press record and go, hello, I'm Dave from TVR Creators. I make weekly content on the best cameras for creators. If that sounds interesting, you don't forget to like and subscribe, and off you go. There is your hook. It really is that easy. You're probably thinking, Dave, I can't do that. Dave, camera's difficult. This is why I recommend don't buy in, you know, a free £2,000-3,000 camera that has 1,000 buttons, especially when you're starting out. I personally come from a background of point and shoot, and I like cameras that literally just easy to set up, don't take 50 years set up, produce high quality video in HD or 4K, and make my journey easy, because I like to produce videos that don't take all day, basically, because I'm impatient. But I just like things to be simple. I don't see the point of having a camera that can do everything, but you're there for 40 minutes setting up the right ISO and all the rest of it. But yeah, that's basically, so let's have a look. There we go, look, let's do a little, hey, here it is. This is really cool. I really like this camera. I recommend this for photography, but definitely as video as well. It's a great camera. But like I said, if you have any questions, put them in the comments below. And in a moment, I'm gonna leave you with 2 end cards. I'm going to bring you guys even more value. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Why? Well, as my director just told me for this video, you guys rock. Do 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 do, boom boom.